And I'm used to phasers, lasers, whatever. Why did they have it like just like normal kind of shells?
I thought it was because the whole Galactica is old school. Isn't that the whole concept? So, yeah, and the advantage is that because we're not doing everything all space age, we can avoid computer problems, right? Like when you take somebody's phone number, it's really better to write it on a pad than try to put it in your phone, because if you miss a button, you can't call them. So shells work. Maybe lasers are much harder to work with, right?
I thought it was because they thought live ammo on the set was just more realistic for the actors.
I have a question for anyone who can answer it. What's with the obsession with the right eye? I think it's the right eye. The patch is on the right eye, and you shoot Adama in the right eye, and when he's...
That's why I shoot him in the right eye, because I have blind.
I'm sorry?
That's why I shoot him in the right eye.
I'm saying, why is there like this focus on the right eye? Like when Anders is looking down the radar, he also shows his right.
We're not allowed to talk about that.
Could be revealed in another episode.
I'm not going to ask who the final silent is. I don't think anyone here wants to know, but do you and the other actors know? And if so, what was your reaction on finding out?
We can't answer that one either. Sorry. Very good try. Almost like breathed in to go, well, I'm not answering. Good try.
First off, I would just like to say thank you for a fracking good time over 4 years. It's really made my Friday nights good. Also, why did you have to spoil last night's episode? I did not see it. Last thing, I want to know...
If you're not watching it live, you're on your own. What can I tell you?
I want to know what it was each of your guys' favorite moments over the 4 years of shooting.
You haven't seen mine yet.
Mini-series when Edward James Olmos comes out with So Say We All, So Say We All, So Say We All. We were ready for that. And we'd been shooting a long time, and there was a lot of us in the room, and it was our first day of principal photography. And Eddie turned around and said, So Say We All, and we all kind of went, because that wasn't scripted. And we kind of went, he said, So Say We All, So Say We All, So Say We All. So say we all. So say we all. And so we were all just so say we all. And I kind of thought, wow, here we go.
I would say, The Sake of Sound and More, for me, it was episode 1, day 1, scene 1, the first frame that we shot that I got on the set. I knew I was part of something special, and I'll never forget it. I would say that the end of this this half, the 10th episode of this first first half of this the 4th season is the best so far. And every cliffhanger, I'm like, what? What is a year later? What the hell are they doing? This one blew me away without question. So hang in there, because it just gets better and better. It's great.
Yeah, because of the writer's strike, we weren't on the set for quite a while. So when we went back to principal photography a couple of weeks ago, all of us involved couldn't quite remember where we were. So we got and aired, was it the first 13 of this season? Up to the 13. And I watched a couple on a Saturday, I watched all the rest of them on a Sunday, and wow. I mean, you think it's been good now. It is. Unbelievably, it just keeps getting better. It just is amazing.
A couple of brief comments. Mr. Trucco, I'm very glad to see you in good health after your accident. And just as a general thing, I wrote my senior thesis partially on Battlestar Galactica. largely because I feel that a lot of the themes and a lot of the work you all have done on the show it's the best art will to mirror up to nature. And I feel you guys have done a tremendous job reflecting the current times. And I just want to say thank you. I know the ending of the show will probably polarize half the people in this room against the other half, and because it's so. Anyway, I just want to say thank you very much for doing what I think is. You know, it never occurred to me that to the right eye thing, but thank you.
Thank you.
I wrote my senior thesis on business suits, if you want to read that. Yeah, business suits is good too. I want to ask, do any of you feel weird that people, like my brother, he goes, I hate science fiction, I hate the Sci-Fi Channel, I hate everything about it. Oh, Galactica? No, that's not sci-fi, that show rocks. That show's the greatest. I hate science fiction, but Galactica's the greatest. What do you think about that? People who never will turn on Sci-Fi Channel in a million years go like, oh, Battlestar.
It never, ever, ever occurred to me, reading the script or shooting, that I'm shooting a sci-fi show. I mean, and I have guested on sci-fi shows, and you go, oh, well, we're doing this and doing this because it's science fiction. Like I did an episode of Andromeda, which was great fun to do, and we were obviously doing this genre. It has never ever occurred to me that oh, well, we're doing this because it's sci-fi. It is very real. As an actor, my favorite part of it is the research, and I've never confronted that. Never thought of it.
I have thought of it because, let's face it, how often do you see an Indian woman on television? Apparently, we all have visions that in the future will be less racist.
I'm trying to get over the part of that he hates the Sci-Fi Channel. Dude, that's really harsh, okay? You know what, the best thing about the show, I think, is that it has that ability to break out. And well, we spent the last 3 or 4 years and had a lot, and it's been great to see people starting to convert, especially the press, where in the beginning I think it was like, what? I saw it on sci-fi? No, thanks, we're not interested. And then all of a sudden they catch it, they watch it, and now they're proselytizing about how you have to watch it. It's the best show on television, period, the best drama, period. Time Magazine's top 10. That stuff has been great because we all know that. The minute we read any of it, the minute you read the miniseries script, you knew that. And that's been amazing to see it now grow. And obviously, I think you guys have a lot to do with that because it is about handing it off, dragging your wife in to watch it, or your husband, and pulling them in and recruiting them, and I think that's been part of the success of the series, is its ability to cross over.
Well, thank you.
And just to add to that as well, I think being in the sci-fi genre allows you to play in a bigger world and really explore, as Michael was saying earlier, really existential issues, really archetypal issues. Stuff that's harder to address so blatantly, so beautifully, when you don't have that extra fantasy, you know?
My question was to Hogan. How does it feel to just change the complete